Hello and welcome to this GameGuru tutorial, which today is going to feature the GameGuru Loader. Now, as many as you know, you've got GameGuru, which allows you to make a game very simply and you don't need to code. But what if you do want to code? What if you really want to code your game logic? Well, there's two options for you. You can use the Lua script, which is built into GameGuru, which many people use and enjoy. But there is also another option, which you may not know about, which is to take your GameGuru level and convert it into a format that can be loaded into something called AppGameKit, which is a full, easy-to-use programming language, and you can program pretty much to your heart's content. So this video will show you the simple process of making that conversion. And to make that conversion easier, we have a tool called GameGuru Loader. So if you go to the Steam page and look under the AppGameKit product, you'll find as one of the sub-modules is one called GameGuru Loader, and that's something you can buy from Steam, and then you can install it and it will become part of your AppGameKit IDE, which you can grab from the menu. So we'll go through this process relatively as quickly as possible, so you don't necessarily have to read through the quite comprehensive manual that you do get with the product. And at the end of it, we should be able to load, compile and run our GameGuru level in AppGameKit, and then once the level is up and running, it's up to you to create the game around it. Because as you may know, there's quite a lot of logic that goes into making a game, and some people will experience in GameGuru that you'll go so far and then you stop. Because we've anticipated many ways in which you can make a game, but we haven't anticipated your game exactly the way you want it. And that's where programming needs to step in so you can take it the rest of the way to create your own unique game logic experience. So let's go through that process right now. So to begin, we're going to create a simple GameGuru level. Now, I'm not going to be the world's greatest level designer here. This is really just to show that I literally did create it in GameGuru, and you actually end up seeing it in AppGameKit. So we start with our standard blank world. I'm now going to drop in a few things. So before that, just to make sure it's a bit more interesting, we'll go to randomize level, because as you know, that means you can have a randomized scene. And so we'll zoom down to a little area and we're going to flatten it out, which is where we're going to place many things. So we've got some entities we can choose from. I'm going to just choose the standard ones, which is a couple of exploding barrels. Dink, 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 dink. Maybe a building. Do we have some buildings we can use? Yes. Let's have this church. No, let's not have the church. I think there is a church in the AppGameKit example. You may be sick of churches in AGK example. So we've got a shed. Let's see what the best profile is. That looks good. And another object, just to have some fun. Let's say the netted pavilion. Yeah, that's alright. So we'll drop that one, say, in about here. And let's have a character. So I'm going to pick the wizard. Let's say the royal wizard. He's quite presiding over our little demo. And then a start marker. Okay, so as I said, I never promised the most amazing level in the world, but when you see this popping up in AppGameKit, and obviously when you export it out to your mobile devices, you say, haha, that's what Lee created in GameGuru. So now we're going to save that out to something we remember. So yes, we already have some stuff in here, but we'll do something starting with a simple level by Lee. And that's about as much as we do in GameGuru. So that's it. It's just like a regular thing. Anything you've made in GameGuru that you can say, this is my GameGuru level, you can take it to AppGameKit. So that is stage one. Create your level in GameGuru. The next thing you're going to want to do is to get AppGameKit. Now, the best, quickest way to do that, if you're already on Steam with GameGuru, you just jump onto Steam and look for AppGameKit. So you'll find it in the Steam store. You buy it, it appears here, and then once you've got that, there are many DLCs available, lots of really cool content packs, but the one you should be interested in is this one, the AppGameKit GameGuru Loader. So you buy that DLC, it gets added to your product, and now you've got AppGameKit and the GameGuru Loader. Those are the two things you're going to need in order to follow this tutorial to the end. So once you have AppGameKit, sorry, you can just launch it. Here's one I launched earlier. And there's the menu item at the top called DLC, and obviously I have all the DLCs for obvious reasons. But the only one you'll be interested in at the moment is GameGuru Loader, which is located here. And when you press it, it opens up a folder which contains all the bits and bobs that represent the GameGuru Loader DLC, including the GameGuru Loader user manual, which is here. And as you can see, it is quite a comprehensive document on all the files that you get, the process you have to go through, and a warning about in red, which we'll talk about in a little while. And then right at the end, you get a nice big thank you and some links out to a video. And some people were thinking that this video would be this video, which is talking through the whole process of getting a level from GameGuru into AppGameKit. But it was really showing off the latest bits and bobs of the module, because GameGuru Loader can also support PBR and some other really cool things like reflections and cascade shadow mapping. But we will go into those technical aspects. This is really just to get you from A to B in the shortest number of steps imaginable, or as short as I can come up with. So that's the manual, but this is going to be the video version, a simplified video version of this manual. So if we jump back to the folder, we've got these other ones here. You can, for now, we're going to ignore the PBR demo and demo assets and the fixed PBR. We're going to be looking at the GG Loader GUI and GG Loader GUI 111.exe, which, as you can see, I have not installed this yet, so you're going to follow me through as I install this. So I'm going to double click it. I apologize, not install it, it's the actual binary executable. So this is the thing that's going to convert GameGuru level over to something that can run in AppGameKit, and we have to fill in all of these fields. Now I glanced cursory at the user manual, and it was pretty straightforward. You just have to follow the instructions. So we're going to go through those now as quickly as possible. Add GameGuru root folder files. So that will be your Steam installation. So when we select folder, it's going to ask us to navigate to where we've installed it on Steam. Fortunately, I have some little quick links at the side here, and if I click on that one, it's on my D drive, Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, GameGuru. You might find that your path is somewhat similar, except your device may be different. So we're going to just follow that one. So we go back to our... I'm going to navigate through D drive, Steam, Steam, Common, and then we should find our GameGuru about here, then Files, then click OK. So that's our first one complete. We've got our path to the GameGuru Files folder within the root of GameGuru. Now we want an output folder, which is essentially, think of it as a repository, somewhere where all of your converted media will live for all time. The reason is the conversion from GameGuru to AppGameKit media can be time consuming, and you don't really want to do it twice. So this is a place where they'll be stored forever. And as you don't currently have a folder like that, let's just keep it simple for our purposes, and I'm just going to create one in my D drive. And I'm going to cross my fingers I've got enough storage on my D drive. So we'll call this the GameGuru Loader repository in the D drive. So for that, select folder, gets a simple path, which is D drive, and then that was the folder we just created, and then click OK. The third one, select your GameGuru level. Well, that's the level we just made, so that should be pretty straightforward. Select my level, go to my GameGuru Steam folder, which is in the files area, go down to map bank, and as I recall, it was an A, simple level by Lee. So that link's there, and that's the absolute path to that. Select your GameGuru Loader folder. Now that is the folder we've just come from. That's the one that was in the AppGameKit link. And we should still have that somewhere down here. Not that one. Is it that one? No, I probably moved out of that one. Is it that one? Nope, that's the MKit root folder. DLCs, it will be GameGuru Loader, and there it is. Great. So it's in D drive, again, going through Steam through to Common, AppGameKit 2, DLC, GameGuru Loader. So can we just paste that in for convenience? Yes, we can. Nice little tip. You can use select folder, or you can find it yourself and paste it straight in. Let's hope that works. Select GG Loader temporary folder, app data. Now, it just occurs to me that yes, you can create your own AppGameKit project from scratch, which is what you'd think you'd want to do, but actually no, because a quicker way just to get started with GameGuru Loader is to use the template that has been provided in the DLC. So even though this is completely okay to do it this way, we're going to do it the quicker route, and then once you've seen the template, then you'll know that you can create your own project and bring across the files that you need from the template. You'll find the template in the DLC folder. It's called ggloader160.zip. We'll just extract it here for now. Great. So you'll see you've got a ggloader160, and inside there is ggloader, and inside there is the project files and the media folders. A standard AppGameKit project file series. So what we're going to want to do is to cut ggloader out of here, because we don't want it inside this DLC folder. We want it somewhere where we can work on it. Now remember, we navigated before to the documents folder in order to find the AGK projects. Well, we're going to do that again by going to you're going to go to your C drive and users, your computer name, this time documents, app AGK projects, and just alongside here, my GameGuru level by Lee, we're going to paste dink, the GG Loader project. Effectively, in quotes, this is one I prepared earlier, but it sort of speeds up the process because it has all the bits you're going to need. So this is effectively now an AGK project called GG Loader inside a writable area of the user documents. So that's what we wanted, and that is what we're going to use for this field here. Select GG Loader temporary folder AppGameKit, and so we're going to select not that project but the GG Loader one. Press OK, and that completes these 5 fields. Now, according to the instructions in the manual, step 1, the very first time you run this, you need to tick all the boxes. The reason being, your first step will be to convert all of the GameGuru media over from the GameGuru installation, Steam installation, over to that repository folder we created earlier. And it can take some time. In fact, I have been assured it will take many hours, and I suspect if you've got to DLCs and store content, it will take even longer. So I do not expect this video to record all of that, but I certainly will pause this video recording and then resume it once we get to the end of that sequence. So presuming every tick box means every single tick box, that's all of them ticked. And then just so you don't have to refill all of this in again, you can click Save Preferences, and that'll make sure that all of these are retained. And all that remains is that you click the Start to Convert, which will start off the process. So it can says there are 26,500 files to copy. I know where it's copying it from, but I am curious of 2 things. How much space do I have on my D drive? I have 1 terabyte. So I should be okay. But you don't know with GameGuru Media. We've added so much over the years. We're one of the few, I think, game makers that clocks its media in gigabytes upon gigabytes upon gigabytes. And so I think we'll be alright with 1 terabyte. But I just wanted to make sure we weren't going to run out of space before we ran out of this process. My second thing I was curious about is to see what's going on inside here, which is a new folder we created. And already we've got 1.63 gigabytes of media being copied into it. So it's actually quite a thorough copy and convert process. And I also suspect this is just a copy process. I think once it's copied, then the media starts to be changed. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, it is definitely including any DLCs that you have. Quite rightly, quite rightly. So yeah, there's still DDSs. See, one of the things with the converter is, because AppGameKit is cross-platform, and you're in it on Android and on iOS, then you can't use DDS on Android. Doesn't know what it is. DDS is Direct Draw Surface File. That's DirectX, that's proprietary Microsoft. Android doesn't support proprietary Microsoft file formats, so it's converted to something like PNG, and then once you've got the PNG, then you can load it fine. So as I warned earlier, and is repeated in the manual, I'll just scroll down to this one, and this was mentioned like no less than 3 times in the user manual, so it's pretty important. Once again, just in case you missed it, the initial conversion process will take several hours to complete. Now the good news is you only have to do this once, because once this media has been copied over and converted, your future, providing you don't add any new media to the GameGuru installation, all your future conversions, which is the result of unticking some of these extremely long processes, should be relatively quick. So any changes you make to your level can then go across to your new AppGameKit project relatively quickly. So as I warned, this is going to take some time, and I am not going to video record the whole lot. But I will chime in and unpause the recording if anything strange and interesting happens during this process. But until that happens, I shall resume this diatribe once this lengthy process is complete. So that you'll hear from me in the next couple of seconds. Hello, so what was a few seconds for me was actually several excruciating hours. In fact, not really excruciating, I just went off and did something else. So the process was complete. And before I carried on the tutorial video, I just wanted to do a little playing around, so you may notice the screens are slightly in a different order. I've been ticking things on and off and checking a few things over. And there's one very important thing that I did discover that I can interject now, so I don't send you down the wrong way. This was all working, everything that you did was fine and successful and absolutely okay, except for one thing. In this 4th field here, select your GG Load folder, I incorrectly gave you this path, which goes to Common AppGameKit 2 DLC GameGuru Loader. That should actually be the same as this one, which is the destination for where your files are going to be. So what I'm going to do is very quickly copy and paste. So now we actually have the GG Loader folder in the correct configuration, because that is actually the AppGameKit project folder, and then inside there it's going to write the media files that we need for the next step. And the next step is, as I may have mentioned, not using our own blank AppGameKit project, but using the GG Loader template, which gets us up and running very quickly with loading in a GameGuru level. So it's very important then, therefore, that we actually have the GameGuru media files so we can load that level in, and which is why this has to point to that. This is the GG Loader, this is the template that I've been talking about. So I just want to show you how to do that. In the case, say, you want to change your level and add some more things and bits and bobs, and then you want to have that level in your AppGameKit project, this is what you have to do. First thing is untick these 3 tick boxes, because these are responsible for copying over and converting the entire asset library of GameGuru. You do not really want to do that again. 28 gigabytes is what I've just done. Don't really want to do that again. So tick those 3 things off once you've done it initially the first time of running this tool. So now those are ticked off and I have given it the correct path this time, I can go ahead and press start to convert. And what that is going to do is put the files where they need to be inside the AppGameKit project, which in this case is the GG Loader template. So in order to make sure all that is hunky-dory, I am going to go to my projects, which would be traditionally AppGameKit's projects. This is the GG Loader template. Now, if you don't already have that, you can copy that from the DLC folder for GG Loader, for GameGuru Loader, and then you'll have all this. And then that little last bit process that you saw me start to convert, if you go into Media and then go into GameGuru, then you'll find the files. These files were extracted from the GameGuru level FPM file, and then they're now sitting here waiting for the template to take advantage of them. So what we're going to do is load in that GameGuru Loader template by just going to Open, go to AGK Projects, GG Loader, select the AGK file, And that loads that in and sets that as the current project. We'll just close this one down for convenience. And as you can see, we have a huge list of globals which you can configure at your leisure. But what's more important for us is we're going to now press the run button, which compiles and runs this template. It should pick up the media that we've just spent a very long time converting over, and we should see that level that I created at the start of this tutorial. So we can see it's loading in all the different assets and data files, and you will appreciate there is quite a lot of data that goes into creating a game level. And one of the things that you'll read in the user manual is that when you initially do this, there's a little pre-generation that's being done. So that's why it took a bit long to load in. Traditionally, when you're in it, it wouldn't be that time consuming. And you can see almost immediately we've got the tent, the barrels, the wizard, and the warehouse that we dropped in our GameGuru level. And this ain't GameGuru. This ain't the GameGuru engine. This is AppGameKit. And the template has kindly provided you a few of the little bits and bobs, like some simple FPS movement controls, but not jump. And you got a gun, so dropped a gun in there for you. Let's see if we can fire it. And the reason it's a very basic implementation is the whole point of this is that you get to write your programming, your code, your logic, all the things that's going to make your game special. If you're just happy with accepting how we've crafted the weapon systems and the player control systems, then continue to use GameGuru. You'll get a lot of fun out of it, and Lua scripting will take it a long way. But if you want to wrestle it to the ground and make it your own by programming the game yourself, then this is the process, and you'll use AppGameKit to do it. And back to our project. So there it is. That's the process from creating a GameGuru level and then running it through the converter and then using the GameGuru Loader template to load that level into AppGameKit and have it run with some basic logic. And then your job from this point on is to create the rest of the game. So if we have a look at main, which again contains all our globals, you can go all the way down and you can see what's going on in, and I would say it was a basic program. There's quite a lot of code here, but you'll find that most of this is just about loading in the GameGuru level and getting it into a format and a series of objects and other assets that will be ready for you to code. So it's just a case of going through this, understanding what this is, and then knowing where the very simple camera movement and the gun shooting logic is, and then you can replace that with your own stuff. So that is a general overview. We could go a lot deeper into the nuances of using this and setting up the pipeline, so you've got a nice efficient system in editing your level in GameGuru and then coding the logic in AppGameKit. But for the purpose of an introduction, I hope this serves you well. Until the next exciting video, I shall bid you farewell, and if you want to check out GameGuru Loader, you can find it both on Steam and on the TGC website. So until next time, I'll say goodbye.